Welcome to Pets Caring Hub. Today we're sharing a heartwarming story about the special bond between a girl, Bella, and her dog, Max. It's a tale of love, loyalty, and friendship that will make you laugh, cry, and appreciate the pets in your life even more. Grab a comfy spot and get ready for an unforgettable journey. In the heart of a quaint little town, where the sun always seemed to shine, lived a spirited girl named Bella. At just 12 years old, Bella was a whirlwind of energy and kindness. She had sparkling blue eyes that mirrored the sky and curly brown hair that danced in the wind. Bella lived with her loving parents and her playful tabby cat, Whiskers, who had a knack for stealing the spotlight with his silly antics. Every morning, Bella would wake up to the sound of birds chirping outside her window and the warm sunlight pouring into her room. Whiskers would jump onto her bed, purring loudly, as if urging her to start the day. Bella loved the way Whiskers would curl up beside her, making her feel comfy and safe. Their bond was strong. They shared many adventures, from exploring the backyard to hiding in cardboard boxes. But deep down, Bella yearned for more. She had always dreamed of having a dog. Her heart raced with excitement every time she rode her bike past the local animal shelter, where dogs barked and wagged their tails, their eyes sparkling with hope. One day, Bella would whisper to Whiskers, "We'll have a dog of our own." Her parents often caught her daydreaming about adventures she would have with a furry companion. From chasing butterflies in the park to cuddling on rainy days, Bella spent hours researching different dog breeds, learning about their personalities and needs. She envisioned herself playing fetch, going on long walks, and sharing her life with a loyal friend. But for now, it was just Bella and Whiskers, two peas in a pod. Bella's fascination with animals extended beyond just dogs. She loved all creatures, big and small. She would often volunteer at the local animal shelter, helping to care for the cats and dogs. She learned how to feed them, groom them, and even train them. The shelter workers adored Bella for her kind heart and willingness to help. "You have a special way with animals, Bella," they would say. "You're going to make a wonderful pet owner one day." Bella would smile, her heart swelling with pride at the thought. Despite her love for Whiskers, she often felt that something was missing. Whiskers was a loyal friend, but Bella longed for the playful energy of a dog. She often imagined how great it would be to have a companion who could join her on adventures, someone who would wag their tail when she came home from school and nuzzle her when she was feeling down. Bella would lay in bed at night, staring at the ceiling, dreaming of the day she would finally have a dog of her own. One sunny Saturday morning, Bella's parents called her into the living room. They had a serious look on their faces, which made Bella's heart race. "We have something important to discuss," her father said, smiling gently. Bella's mind raced with possibilities. "Are we going on a trip? Are we moving?" she thought anxiously. Her mother continued, "We've been thinking about your wish for a dog, and we believe it's time to make that wish come true." Bella's heart skipped a beat, and she could hardly contain her excitement. "Really? Are we getting a dog?" she exclaimed, her voice full of joy. Her parents nodded, and Bella jumped up and down, clapping her hands. "Oh my gosh, I can't believe it," she shouted, tears of happiness streaming down her cheeks. "I've wanted this for so long, but there's one condition," her father said, raising a finger playfully. "You have to help take care of it, and you need to understand that it will be a big responsibility." Bella nodded earnestly. "I promise, I'll take care of everything." That day, Bella and her family visited the local animal shelter. As they walked through the doors, Bella felt a rush of emotions. The smell of wet dog fur and the sound of barking filled the air. Her heart ached for all the animals waiting for a home. She walked down the rows of kennels, each one holding a story, each dog looking up at her with hopeful eyes. Bella felt like she was in a dream as she walked through the shelter. The sun was shining brightly, and she could hear the excited barks and whines of the dogs in their kennels. Every one of them seemed to be calling out to her, hoping to be chosen for a new home. She knew she had to be patient and find the perfect match for her. As they approached the first kennel, a cheerful golden retriever wagged his tail vigorously, his eyes shining with excitement. Bella couldn't help but smile at the dog's enthusiasm. "He's so friendly," she exclaimed, but her parents gently reminded her to keep looking. They wanted her to find the right dog, one that would fit into their family perfectly. Next, they came across a beagle with floppy ears and a curious expression. Bella knelt down, extending her hand for the beagle to sniff. "What about this one?" she asked, her heart racing. But the beagle was a bit too jumpy, and her parents were concerned. He might not be the best fit for a young girl. As they continued their search, Bella's excitement began to fade. She was starting to worry that she might not find her perfect companion. Just then, they approached a corner of the shelter where a small, scruffy dog lay curled up in his bed. He looked sad and alone, with matted fur and drooping ears. Bella's heart ached at the sight. "What about this one?" she asked quietly, pointing to the timid dog. The shelter staff informed them that his name was Max, and he had been abandoned. He had been in the shelter for a while and was having a hard time adjusting to the new environment. Bella could see that Max needed love and care more than anything else. "He seemed scared," Bella said softly, her heart going out to the little dog. "I want to meet him." Her parents exchanged glances, but eventually agreed. They had seen how Bella cared for the other animals at the shelter, and they trusted her instincts. Bella approached Max's kennel slowly, kneeling down to his level. "Hi there, buddy," she whispered gently. Max looked up at her with his big brown eyes, uncertainty reflected in his gaze. Bella extended her hand, and after a moment of hesitation, Max sniffed her fingers. "It's okay. I'm not going to hurt you," she reassured him. In that moment, Bella felt an instant connection with Max. She could sense that he was scared, just like she sometimes felt in new situations. "I'll take care of you. I promise," she said softly. "We'll be best friends." As Bella spent time with Max, her parents watched, noticing how their daughter's warmth seemed to melt away his fear. They could see that Bella's heart was set on him. After a thorough discussion with the shelter staff, Bella's parents made the decision. Max was coming home with them. The adoption paperwork was filled out, and soon they were leaving the shelter with Max by their side. Bella's heart was racing with excitement. She had finally found her dog, her best friend. As they drove home, Bella couldn't help but talk to Max about all the adventures they would have together. "Get ready, Max. We're going to have so much fun. I'll take you to the park, and we'll play fetch, and I'll teach you all kinds of tricks," she said, her voice bubbling with joy. Max wagged his tail slightly, and for the first time, he seemed to show a hint of excitement. Bella felt a surge of happiness, knowing that they were starting a new chapter together. When they arrived home, Bella's parents helped her set up Max's new bed in the living room. They made a cozy spot for him with a warm blanket and his toys. Bella showed him around the house, introducing him to Whiskers, who was curiously watching from a distance. "Don't worry, Max. Whiskers is friendly. We'll all be one big happy family," Bella said, hoping to ease his nerves. However, Max remained cautious, sniffing his new surroundings and taking everything in. Bella understood that it would take time for him to adjust, and she was ready to be patient. The first few days at home were filled with a mix of excitement and challenges. Bella was determined to help Max feel comfortable in his new environment. She would wake up early to take him for walks around the neighborhood, letting him explore the sights and sounds of his new home. At first, Max was hesitant. He would stick close to Bella's side, occasionally stopping to sniff at trees or curiously watch passing cars. Bella encouraged him, praising him with every little step he took. "Good boy, Max. You're doing great," she cheered, her voice full of encouragement. Max seemed to relax a bit, and soon he was wagging his tail more often, Bella loved watching him come out of his shell, and every small victory felt monumental. When he started to chase after leaves blowing in the wind, Bella's heart soared. "Look at you go," she laughed, running alongside him. However, not every moment was easy. There were times when Max would flinch at sudden noises or become overwhelmed by too much excitement. Bella noticed that he would often retreat to his bed, seeking solace in the familiar space. This made her sad, but she reminded herself that it would take time for him to feel secure. To help Max adjust, Bella created a daily routine. She would play soft music in the mornings while preparing breakfast for both herself and Max. "This will be our happy song," she declared one day, and Max tilted his head, seemingly intrigued by her enthusiasm. They would spend afternoons practicing simple commands. Bella would start with "sit" and "stay," using treats as motivation. "Max, sit," she said cheerfully. After a few tries, Max finally plopped his bottom on the ground, and Bella erupted into applause. "Yes, good boy," she exclaimed, showering him with praise and a tasty treat. As the days turned into weeks, Max began to thrive. Bella noticed that he was becoming more playful, chasing after toys and even engaging in light wrestling with Whiskers. Their dynamic was evolving, and Bella loved seeing Max bond with her cat, even if it meant Whiskers occasionally gave him a swat for getting too close to his food bowl. To further strengthen their bond, Bella decided to take Max to the local park. The first visit was a mixture of excitement and nervousness for both of them. Bella knew the park would be filled with other dogs, which could either be a wonderful experience or overwhelming for Max. She took a deep breath, holding Max's leash tightly as they entered the park. "Just stick by me, Max. We'll take it slow," she assured him. As they walked along the path, Bella could see dogs of all shapes and sizes playing in the open grass, their owners laughing and chatting nearby. Max hesitated, his ears perked up, as he took in the sounds of barking and laughter. At first, he was hesitant, sticking close to Bella's side, but slowly, as they walked around, he began to loosen up. Bella pointed out a group of dogs playing fetch, then a couple of kids running with kites. "Look, Max, isn't that fun?" she encouraged. As they found a quieter spot, Bella threw a ball a short distance away. Max looked at her with wide eyes, unsure of what to do. Bella knelt beside him, holding the ball. "It's okay, Max. Just chase after it." With her encouragement, Max finally took off after the ball. Bella clapped and cheered, her heart swelling with pride. This small moment marked a significant milestone in their relationship. Max was starting to trust Bella and embrace new experiences. After several trips to the park, Max began to thrive. He learned how to socialize with other dogs, playing fetch with Bella, and joining in on group games. Bella loved watching him romp around with newfound joy. The park became their special place, filled with laughter, adventure, and love. But their bond was about more than just fun and games. Bella discovered that Max had his quirks and fears. He was still apprehensive about loud noises and sudden movements. To help him, Bella would often sit with him on the porch during storms, talking softly to him and reassuring him that everything would be okay. "See, Max, it's just thunder. It won't hurt you," she whispered, stroking his fur gently. Sometimes, Max would curl up next to her, seeking comfort in her presence. Bella cherished these moments, feeling their bond grow stronger with every shared experience. As the weeks turned into months, Bella noticed the transformation in Max. He was no longer the timid dog she had first adopted. He had become confident, playful, and full of life. Bella's heart swelled with pride as she watched him flourish, and she knew that their journey was just beginning. With each passing day, Max became more comfortable in his new home. Bella's dedication to helping him adjust paid off as he began to exhibit his playful personality. Their bond deepened with every shared experience, and Bella loved discovering the little things that made Max unique. One sunny afternoon, Bella decided to set up a mini agility course in the backyard. She gathered cones, hula hoops, and a few toys, creating an obstacle course for Max to navigate. "This will be so much fun, Max. You're going to be the superstar," she declared, her excitement palpable. As Bella guided Max through the course, she was amazed at his progress. He hopped over hurdles, weaved through cones, and even jumped through the hula hoop with encouragement. Each successful attempt was met with Bella's enthusiastic applause, and Max soaked up the praise like a sponge. "Good boy, you're doing amazing," Bella cheered, her heart full of joy. Max's tail wagged furiously, and Bella could see the glimmer of confidence shining in his eyes. This newfound agility was not just a testament to Max's physical abilities, but also a symbol of their growing bond. However, there were still challenges to face. Max sometimes struggled with certain commands, particularly "come." Bella understood that it would take time and patience to reinforce this essential skill. She decided to make it a fun game, incorporating treats and toys to motivate him. One afternoon, Bella took Max to the park again, determined to practice his recall command. She found a spacious area with fewer distractions and attached his leash to his collar. "Okay, Max, let's have some fun," she called out, her voice cheerful. She gently tugged on the leash to guide him a few steps away. "Stay," she instructed, kneeling down and turning her back to him. Bella then called out, "Max, come." Max looked confused at first, unsure of what to do, but after a few moments of hesitation, he bounded towards her, his tail wagging in excitement. Bella squealed with joy, showering him with treats and affection. "You did it, good boy," she praised, her heart soaring. They repeated this exercise several times, gradually increasing the distance. Each successful recall strengthened Max's confidence, and Bella could see the joy in his eyes as he raced towards her. As Max continued to excel, Bella decided to take it a step further. She wanted to introduce him to other dogs. Knowing that socialization was crucial for his development, she reached out to her friends who owned dogs and arranged a playdate at the park. On the day of the playdate, Bella was filled with anticipation. She brought along Max's favorite toys and treats, excited to see how he would interact with other dogs. When they arrived, her friends greeted them with smiles, their dogs wagging their tails in excitement. Bella introduced Max to the other dogs one by one. At first, he was hesitant, sticking close to Bella's side. She could see the nervousness in his eyes as he observed the other dogs playing. Bella knelt down, speaking softly to him. "It's okay, Max. You can do this. Just take your time." Slowly, Max began to venture out, his curiosity getting the better of him. He cautiously approached a friendly Labrador who was wagging his tail enthusiastically. Bella held her breath, watching intently. To her relief, Max sniffed the Labrador, who greeted him with a playful bark. Max's tail started to wag, and he joined in on the fun. Bella couldn't contain her joy as she watched her once timid dog engage in playful antics with his new friends. As the playdate continued, Bella felt a sense of pride in how far Max had come. They played fetch together, chased after one another, and rolled around in the grass, their laughter ringing through the air. Bella knew that these moments were helping Max build confidence and trust in himself. As the sun began to set, Bella and Max returned home, exhausted but elated. Bella couldn't stop talking about the day's events, sharing every detail with her parents. "He played with the other dogs. Mom, he was so brave," she exclaimed, her eyes shining with excitement. Her parents smiled, proud of both Bella and Max. They knew the bond between them was special, and they could see the positive impact it was having on Max's life. Over time, Bella and Max's bond grew deeper. They were inseparable, sharing countless adventures together. From early morning walks to cozy nights cuddled on the couch, their love for one another was evident. Bella had become Max's safe haven, and he had become her loyal companion. One weekend, Bella's family planned a trip to the beach. Bella was ecstatic to take Max along for the adventure. She packed a beach bag filled with toys, treats, and plenty of water, excited for a day of fun in the sun. As they arrived at the beach, Bella could feel the warm sand beneath her feet and hear the waves crashing against the shore. Max, however, seemed uncertain. He hesitated at the water's edge, sniffing the salty air. Bella knelt down beside him, encouraging him to explore. "Come on, Max. It's so much fun," she called. Running towards the water, she splashed in the shallow waves, laughing as the water splattered around her. Max watched her for a moment, his curiosity piqued. With a gentle nudge, Bella coaxed him to join her. "You'll love it, I promise." She splashed some water toward him, and to her delight, he finally ventured in, cautiously at first. Bella cheered him on as he began to play in the waves, his tail wagging with joy. They spent the day playing fetch on the beach, building sandcastles, and splashing in the water. Bella felt an overwhelming sense of happiness as she watched Max embrace the beach life, digging in the sand and chasing seagulls. As the sun began to set, painting the sky with vibrant colors, Bella sat on the sand, and Max settled next to her. They watched the horizon together, feeling the warmth of the setting sun on their skin. Bella wrapped her arms around Max, feeling grateful for the bond they shared. "I love you, Max," she whispered, pressing a kiss on his head. Max leaned into her, seeking comfort in her presence. Bella knew that their love had the power to heal, to bring joy and happiness into their lives. But as summer transitioned to autumn, Bella noticed a change in Max. He had always been a bundle of energy, but now he seemed a bit more tired and less playful. Concerned, Bella shared her observations with her parents. After consulting with their veterinarian, they learned that Max had developed allergies, which were causing his discomfort. Bella's heart sank as she listened to the vet explain the situation. She couldn't bear the thought of Max feeling unwell. Determined to help him, Bella researched ways to manage his allergies. She changed his diet to include hypoallergenic dog food and avoided common allergens like pollen and certain foods. Bella was committed to ensuring Max felt his best again. With her loving care, Max gradually improved. Bella remained by his side, showering him with affection and support. They spent quieter evenings together, cuddled up on the couch, watching movies and enjoying each other's company. Despite the challenges, their bond only grew stronger. Bella learned the importance of patience and understanding, and she was grateful for the love they shared. Through it all, she never lost sight of the joy Max brought into her life. As winter approached, Bella and Max faced new challenges together. The holidays were filled with excitement, and Bella couldn't wait to celebrate with her furry friend. They decorated the house, hung lights, and set up a Christmas tree, adorned with colorful ornaments. Bella included Max in every activity, dressing him up in a festive bandana and taking countless photos. She wanted him to be a part of their family traditions, and Max loved the attention. However, as the holiday festivities began, Bella noticed that Max seemed increasingly anxious. The loud noises from fireworks and parties made him uneasy, and he often sought refuge in his bed. Bella felt a pang of sadness as she saw her once confident dog struggling. To help him cope, Bella created a calming environment in their home. She dimmed the lights, played soft music, and spent quiet moments with Max, reassuring him that he was safe. "You're okay, Max. I'm right here," she whispered, stroking his fur gently. Bella also discovered the power of training in helping Max with his anxiety. She enrolled them in a positive reinforcement obedience class, where they learned new commands and techniques to manage stress. The classes helped Max gain confidence and provided Bella with tools to support him during challenging moments. Through consistent practice, Max began to respond positively to commands like place and leave it. Bella celebrated every small victory, knowing that they were making progress together. She felt empowered, realizing that their bond was stronger than any challenge they faced. As winter turned to spring, Bella and Max embraced the new season with open arms. They spent more time outdoors, exploring local trails and parks. Bella loved seeing Max thrive in nature, chasing butterflies and rolling in the grass. One day, they ventured to a nearby nature reserve, where Bella planned to take photos of Max and the blooming flowers. She brought along her camera, excited to capture the beauty of their surroundings. "Okay, Max, let's show everyone how handsome you are." She laughed, kneeling down to his level. Max posed playfully, his tail wagging as he looked at Bella with his soulful eyes. They spent the afternoon capturing beautiful moments, creating lasting memories that would forever hold a special place in their hearts. As they returned home, Bella reflected on their journey together. They had overcome challenges, celebrated victories, and grown stronger through it all. Bella knew that the love they shared was unbreakable, a bond that would last a lifetime. With each passing year, Bella and Max embarked on new adventures together. They became known as the dynamic duo in their neighborhood, always exploring, learning, and growing together. One summer, Bella's family planned a camping trip to the mountains. Bella was overjoyed at the thought of taking Max into nature. She packed his favorite toys and plenty of treats, excited for a weekend filled with hiking and exploring. Upon arriving at the campsite, Bella felt a surge of excitement. The fresh mountain air filled her lungs, and the sound of rustling leaves created a peaceful ambience. Max, too, was eager to explore his new surroundings, sniffing every tree and chasing after butterflies. They set up camp and spent the day hiking through scenic trails, discovering hidden waterfalls and breathtaking views. Bella felt grateful to have Max by her side, sharing every moment of joy and adventure. That evening, they gathered around the campfire, roasting marshmallows and sharing stories. Bella wrapped her arms around Max, who curled up beside her, content in the warmth of their companionship. "Look at the stars, Max. Isn't it beautiful?" she whispered, pointing at the night sky. Max gazed up at the twinkling stars, seemingly captivated by the magic of the moment. As the years went by, Bella and Max continued to create a lifetime of memories. They traveled to new places, tried new activities, and faced challenges head-on. Max learned to swim, took agility classes, and even participated in local dog shows, earning ribbons for his incredible skills. Their bond deepened with each experience, and Bella knew that Max was more than just a pet. He was family. They had weathered storms together, celebrated successes, and supported each other through life's ups and downs. One day, as Bella sat on the porch with Max, watching the sunset, she reflected on their journey. "You've changed my life, Max," she whispered, her heart full of gratitude. Max leaned against her, and Bella felt a wave of love wash over her. Through thick and thin, Bella and Max were a team, a partnership built on trust, love, and companionship. They had faced challenges and celebrated victories, but no matter what, they had each other. Bella knew that their adventures were far from over, and she couldn't wait to see what the future held for them. As Bella transitioned into her teenage years, her bond with Max only grew stronger. He had been her companion through childhood, and now he was by her side as she faced the challenges of growing up. High school brought new experiences, friendships, and occasional heartaches, but Max was always there, providing comfort and support. Bella often found solace in Max's presence, confiding in him about her day. "Today was tough, Max. I had a rough time with my friends," she would say, sitting on the floor with him. Max would listen attentively, his warm brown eyes understanding her feelings. One evening, Bella faced a particularly challenging situation with a friend. They had a falling out, and Bella felt devastated. As she sat on her bed, tears streaming down her cheeks, Max sensed her distress. He curled up beside her, resting his head on her lap, offering silent support. "Why does it have to be so complicated?" Bella sighed, stroking Max's fur. "You always know how to make me feel better." Max responded with a gentle nudge, reminding her that she was never alone. As high school continued, Bella became involved in various extracurricular activities, from soccer to drama club. Max attended every game, sitting proudly on the sidelines, wagging his tail whenever Bella scored a goal or took the stage. He was her biggest fan, cheering her on with every accomplishment. But as Bella grew older, she also faced the challenges of balancing her time. Schoolwork, friendships, and activities kept her busy, and she worried about giving Max enough attention. One day, she realized that their playtime had decreased, and Max seemed a bit more restless. Feeling guilty, Bella decided to make a change. She scheduled dedicated time for Max each day, ensuring he received the attention he deserved. They resumed their long walks, played fetch in the yard, and spent lazy afternoons lounging together. Bella felt a sense of relief, knowing that she was prioritizing their bond. One weekend, Bella planned a special outing for Max. She discovered a dog-friendly park nearby and was excited to explore it together. "Ready for an adventure, buddy?" she exclaimed, grabbing Max's leash. He barked happily, eager to join her. At the park, Max thrived, running freely with other dogs, chasing balls, and rolling in the grass. Bella took countless photos, capturing his joyful moments. They even met new friends, both human and canine, strengthening their sense of community. As Bella navigated her teenage years, she cherished the lessons Max had taught her about loyalty and unconditional love. He was her confidant, her cheerleader, and her source of joy. Bella knew that their bond was a precious gift that would last a lifetime. As Bella prepared to graduate high school, she reflected on her journey with Max. He had been by her side through every milestone, providing comfort during tough times and sharing in her joy during happy moments. Their bond had only deepened, and Bella felt grateful for the love they had cultivated. However, life threw them a curveball when Bella's family faced an unexpected challenge. Her father fell ill, requiring extensive medical treatment. The news shook Bella's world, and she struggled to process the situation.
In the midst of her worries, Max sensed her distress. He stayed close, often resting his head on her lap while she studied or watched TV. His presence brought comfort, reminding her that she wasn't alone in this difficult time. Determined to stay strong for her family, Bella focused on being a source of support for her father. She often spent time in the hospital, but every time she returned home, she found solace in Max's unwavering loyalty. His gentle nudges and warm cuddles reminded her of the love that surrounded her. One evening, as Bella sat in her room, she decided to write a letter to her father. She poured her heart into the letter, expressing her love and support during his recovery. When she finished, she felt a sense of relief. Max lay beside her, as if understanding the significance of her words. "Let's take this to Dad," Bella said, a smile breaking through her worries. Max wagged his tail, eager to accompany her. They made their way to the hospital, where Bella shared her letter with her father. The look of gratitude in his eyes filled her with warmth, knowing that she was making a difference. Max became a comforting presence in the hospital, bringing joy to Bella's father during his recovery. He would curl up at the foot of the bed, offering companionship and warmth. Bella could see how much her father appreciated having Max there, and it brought her a sense of peace.
As the weeks passed, Bella's family rallied together, supporting each other through the challenging times. Max remained a constant source of joy, reminding Bella of the love that endured, even in the face of adversity. When her father finally returned home, Bella organized a small celebration. They prepared a special dinner, decorated the house, and invited family and friends. Bella wanted to create a joyful atmosphere to celebrate her father's recovery. Max was the life of the party, charming everyone with his playful antics. He greeted guests with wagging tails and excited barks, bringing smiles to their faces. Bella felt a sense of pride, knowing that Max had become a part of their family story. In the following months, as Bella prepared to leave for college, she reflected on how much Max had shaped her life. He had been there through every challenge and triumph, teaching her the importance of resilience, love, and companionship. As she packed her belongings, Bella felt a mix of excitement and sadness. She was eager for new experiences, but worried about leaving Max behind. "You'll always be my best friend, no matter where I go," she whispered, hugging him tightly. On her last night at home, Bella and Max shared a special moment. They lay on the living room floor, reminiscing about their adventures together. Bella spoke softly about her hopes for the future, and Max listened attentively, his head resting on her lap. "I promise I'll always come back to visit," she vowed, tears welling in her eyes. Max looked up at her, his eyes filled with understanding. Bella knew that their bond would endure, no matter the distance. As Bella settled into college life, she missed Max more than she had anticipated. The campus was filled with new experiences, but her heart ached for the familiar comfort of her furry friend. Each time she received a text or photo from her family featuring Max, it brought a smile to her face, but also a longing to be reunited. Determined to keep their bond alive, Bella made time for regular video calls with her family, ensuring she could see Max's wagging tail and hear his playful barks. "How's my boy?" she would ask, her face lighting up with joy as her family held the camera towards Max. Despite her busy schedule, Bella found ways to incorporate Max into her life. She shared stories about him with her new friends, introduced them to the joys of dog ownership, and even organized a few gatherings where her friends could meet Max during visits home. One weekend, Bella planned a surprise visit home. She couldn't contain her excitement as she drove down familiar roads, her heart racing with anticipation. When she arrived, her family greeted her warmly. But the moment Bella stepped through the door, Max bounded toward her, barking joyfully. "Max, I missed you so much," she exclaimed, dropping to her knees as Max jumped into her arms, showering her with slobbery kisses. The reunion felt like a scene from a heartwarming movie, and Bella couldn't help but laugh as Max wagged his tail with uncontainable joy. Over the next few days, they indulged in all their favorite activities. Bella took Max to the park, where they played fetch and explored the trails together. They visited the beach, rushing in the warmth of the sun and the sound of crashing waves. Each moment was a reminder of the bond they shared. As the semester progressed, Bella found herself balancing her academic responsibilities with her desire to spend time with Max. She often scheduled her weekends around trips home, ensuring they could continue their adventures together. One day, while Bella was studying for her finals, she received a call from her parents. They informed her that Max had been unwell, struggling with his allergies again. Concern washed over Bella, and she made the decision to come home immediately. Upon her arrival, she found Max lying on his bed, looking a bit sluggish. Bella knelt beside him, gently stroking his fur. "Hey buddy, I'm here," she whispered, her heart aching to see him unwell. She stayed close, reassuring him with her presence, and began researching ways to help alleviate his discomfort. Bella consulted with her family and decided to take Max to the vet for a thorough checkup. They learned that a change in his medication would be beneficial, and Bella felt a sense of relief knowing that they were taking the necessary steps to help him. With the new treatment plan in place, Bella made sure to give Max extra attention. She prepared his meals with care, took him for longer walks, and devoted quality time to play. Max's spirits lifted, and soon enough, he was back to his playful self, wagging his tail and enjoying life to the fullest. As the school year ended, Bella graduated with honors and celebrated her achievements with family and friends. Max was there, donning a festive bandana, stealing the spotlight as the family took photos. Bella couldn't help but smile, grateful for the support of her furry friend throughout her journey. With college behind her, Bella faced new opportunities and challenges. She secured a job in her field, which required her to move to a new city. As she prepared for this next chapter, she grappled with the thought of leaving Max behind. "I can't leave you, Max," she said, her heart heavy, but her family reassured her that they would take care of him while she settled into her new life. They promised to send updates and photos, keeping their bond strong. As Bella navigated the challenges of adulthood, she often found herself reflecting on her journey with Max. He had been her anchor, her source of joy, and her constant companion. No matter the distance, she knew that their connection would remain unbreakable. Years passed, and Bella continued to thrive in her career. She often visited her family, making it a point to spend quality time with Max. Each reunion was filled with joy, laughter, and cherished memories. One day, Bella received a call from her mother, and her heart sank when she learned that Max was aging and experiencing health issues. "It's time to say goodbye," her mother said gently. Bella felt a wave of sadness wash over her as she made the difficult decision to return home one last time. When she arrived, she found Max lying on his favorite blanket, surrounded by family. Bella knelt beside him, tears streaming down her face as she held his paw. "You've been the best friend I could ever ask for," she whispered, recalling all their adventures and the love they shared. In that quiet moment, as her family gathered around, Bella felt a sense of peace knowing that Max had lived a full life, filled with love and joy. They shared stories, reminiscing about all the incredible moments they had together, celebrating the bond that would never be forgotten. As they said their final goodbyes, Bella held Max close, feeling the warmth of his fur one last time. "I'll always carry you in my heart," she promised, knowing that their love would endure, transcending time and distance. Years later, Bella became a pet advocate, sharing her story of love and companionship with others. She often spoke about Max, encouraging others to cherish their pets and the unconditional love they provide. Max's spirit lived on in her heart, inspiring her to spread love and kindness to animals everywhere. As she looked back on her life with Max, Bella knew that their bond had shaped her into the person she was today. The lessons of loyalty, love, and friendship remained a guiding force in her life, and she vowed to honor Max's memory by continuing to advocate for pets in need. Bella stood at the front of a local shelter, sharing her journey with a group of pet lovers gathered for an adoption event. The atmosphere was vibrant, filled with laughter, and the joyful barks of dogs eager to find their forever homes. As she spoke, she felt Max's presence in her heart, guiding her as she shared the love they had. "Max taught me that every moment counts," she began, her voice filled with emotion. "He showed me the importance of being present, of cherishing the little things in life, whether it was a simple walk in the park or a lazy afternoon on the couch. Every moment spent together was a treasure." As she continued to share stories of her adventures with Max, she noticed several attendees tearing up, their hearts touched by the bond she had shared with her dog. Bella emphasized the importance of adopting pets in need, sharing her belief that every animal deserves a loving home. By adopting, you're not just saving a life, you're gaining a friend who will love you unconditionally, she said passionately. The crowd erupted in applause, inspired by her words and moved by the message of love. After her speech, Bella spent time mingling with attendees, encouraging them to consider adoption and sharing information about responsible pet ownership. She felt a sense of fulfillment, knowing that she was making a difference in the lives of animals and their future families. As the event came to a close, Bella looked around at the happy faces of newly adopted pets and their families. Each tail wagged and every joyful bark echoed the love she experienced with Max, and she knew he would always be with her. In the months that followed, Bella continued to advocate for animal welfare, organizing events and fundraising efforts for local shelters. She shared her story through social media, raising awareness and inspiring others to open their hearts to the joy of pet companionship. With every success, Bella felt a renewed sense of purpose. She often visited schools, sharing her story with children and teaching them about empathy and kindness toward animals. The impact of her journey with Max rippled through the community, igniting a passion for animal welfare in others. Years later, Bella stood in her own backyard, a smile on her face as she watched her own dog, a lively golden retriever named Cooper, play in the grass. She had adopted him after moving into her own home, and he had quickly become a beloved part of her life. "Come here, Cooper," she called, and he bounded over, tail wagging excitedly. As she knelt to pet him, she felt a familiar warmth in her heart. "You remind me so much of my best friend," she said softly, remembering Max's playful spirit. Cooper snuggled against her, and Bella felt the cycle of love continue. She realized that while Max may have left this world, his spirit lived on in every pet that found a loving home and every heart that opened to the joy of companionship. As the sun set on another beautiful day, Bella knew that her journey was far from over. She was committed to continuing Max's legacy, advocating for animals in need, and spreading love and kindness wherever she went. And as she looked into Cooper's bright, loving eyes, she understood that the bond between a human and their pet was truly one of life's greatest treasures, a connection that lasts a lifetime and beyond. So the moral of the story is, the heartwarming journey of Bella and Max teaches us that the love and companionship of a pet are invaluable gifts. It reminds us to cherish every moment spent with our furry friends, as they bring joy, loyalty, and unconditional love into our lives. Moreover, the story underscores the importance of adopting pets in need, emphasizing that by opening our hearts and homes, we can create lasting bonds that not only enrich our lives, but also give animals the loving families they deserve. In honoring the memory of a beloved pet, we can inspire others to embrace kindness and compassion, creating a ripple effect of love in the world. Thank you for watching this heartfelt story on Pets Caring Hub, where we believe every pet deserves a loving home and every moment with them is a treasure. We hope Bella and Max's journey touched your heart and reminded you of the beautiful bond we share with our pets. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to Pets Caring Hub for more stories, tips, and advice on how to care for your beloved pets. We're here to support you in building strong, loving relationships with your furry, feathered, or scaly companions. And now, before we go, we'd love to hear from you. What's one unforgettable moment you shared with your pet? Let us know in the comments below. We can't wait to read your stories. Thank you for being part of the Pets Caring Hub family. See you in the next video.